Hey guys, what's going on, man? Game's just finished. Liverpool absolutely murder us 5-1. Absolutely awful game. Just coming to you from my place in Orlando. So just wanted to give you guys a quick look there. That's what it looks like from my window. And guys, man, we just got the crap kicked out of us. And I went for a 2-0 Liverpool win, and I was really being nice. When I made that prediction, I was being really, really generous. Guys, man, we were way out of our depth. And coming into this game, we talked about the injuries, after we had a few suspensions, and it's starting to really take its toll on this team. That game was really all about, says more about Liverpool than it does about us. So I don't really want anybody to go into meltdown. Klopp has had 3 years to build that team. He's had 6 transfer windows. They've spent really well. And you know what? In some circumstances, they've spent smartly as well, because they haven't really been throwing a lot of big money around. But seriously, Van Dijk, what he did to Aubameyang today was brilliant. He man-marked him out of the game, but see, that was the reason why you should have Lacazette on the field, because if one player is sucking up the attention of the best central defender in the league right now, then it gives the other guy, Lacazette, the space to roam and score goals. So I didn't really understand why Lacazette was on the bench. I get it, the fact that you have to have the wing-backs come in and play defensive, help out the midfield. But listen, man, don't give me none of that rubbish. Lacazette works as hard as anybody on the team. He will drop back into the midfield. He will fight for the ball. He will make tackles. So don't play this off like Lacazette is a guy who would not make himself accountable being on the field defensively. He would. And that's the reason why you have to play him. Look, you play your best players. I don't care about the system, the formation. You play your best players. And unfortunately, we're not doing that at the moment. Big respect to Niles. I thought Niles did okay today. Iwobi actually had, he's not played well lately. He had a really good game today. But outside of that, the midfield, Torreira, awful game for Torreira. Just constantly giving the ball away in the first half. Nothing like the player we've seen this season, and awfully thinking about the Spurs game. He wasn't anywhere near as good as he was in the Spurs game. Xhaka was Xhaka. Like I said, I've always said, as long as he ain't making mistakes, he has a good game. That's the bar you set for him, because he's not really that talented. Let me move around over here. Mustafi came back and really didn't put himself around, just looked clueless, standing around, not looking at runners coming into the box. And when you're playing Liverpool, they are going to be moving the ball around fast, and their movement itself is going to be very quick. If you're not picking up the runners on the flanks, on the byline coming into the box, you're going to get murdered. And our defensive frailties today completely showed through. It was transparent for everybody to see the flaws in our team. And guys, seriously, even when we drawed with them at the Emirates, we kind of got away with a few goals there. It could have been 3-1 to Liverpool, but obviously we battled well in that game. And in this game at the start, you could see we were trying to press them at the same time they were pressing us. So it was a kind of to and fro game. But Lichtsteiner, poor clearance on that first. He kicks the ball on the side, and it hits Mustafi, and then goes into the path of Firmino, and then we all know what happens there. But what you got to do is, the goal is your goal is here. You can see the ball coming in. You've got pressure coming on behind you. Hoof the ball into the crowd. Get rid of it. Play the safe game. He didn't do that. And then Lichtsteiner, he tries to hit the ball low and into the crowd. It comes off one of his players, goes into the back of the net. Then he has the audacity to complain to his defence about it. Come on, man. Dude, you're 34 years old, you're experienced, you're a veteran. Get rid of the ball. Hoof it into the crowd. Second goal that went in, Torreira lost the ball in the midfield. God knows where his head is right now, because he just isn't playing at the level he needs to be playing. He lost the ball, came back on the counter-attack, and we're just not by the numbers. And that's the thing. We're not tracking runners very well, as I said before, and when it comes to teams playing counter-attack against us, we're at our most vulnerable. Look, guys, today was just an instance where we saw how far and how disciplined and how productive Liverpool can be, interchanging with their players, interchanging with the system. Anyone who comes in, whether it's Lallana, whether it's Henderson, it doesn't matter. Whoever comes in, they're going to be, because remember, these guys are fighting for positions. And so when they come on, they're not going to be dragging their feet. It's not like some of the stuff you see at Arsenal, when a guy comes in and he's just not putting the effort in. We're not seeing that. We're seeing total commitment. And that's what a team needs in order to be championship contenders. And I've said a long time ago, Liverpool aren't champion contenders. They're championship favourites for me. And I've been telling the people that for 6 months from before the summer. And hopefully now I think people are starting to see where I'm coming from. This team is so prepared mentally, physically, adaptation in terms of the systems they play. The players on the bench, the input and the infusion they get from those players. We are miles away from that. And it's just not going to happen against us when teams are playing us at this level. And we need to understand that. But what do you do, man? We lose the game today and we lose it badly. It's our worst loss of the season. And it was Liverpool's probably best result of the season, because remember, this is against a top 5, top 6 team. But for us, we need to pull our socks up and get this fixed and get our attitude, get our head right. Because Man United have a new manager. They're playing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now. And they're going to be coming up. That's another 3 points drop for us. If Man United now win, then they're closing that gap. The gap used to be 10 points, and now it's closing fast. Obviously, we drawn on the weekend to Brighton, and they won. So they're closing this gap fast. It's 6 points now. And if they win again, it's going to close again. And then we're going to be under threat. Where we were 5th place looking to get into 4th, now we might even drop back to 6th. So, man, guys, we got to get with it, man. The players have to pick it up now. And I'm just hoping it starts from the team sheet. You've got to play your best players. Otherwise, you're not giving yourself a chance to win. It's more about the system. How can you play a defensive game when you have a bad defense? Might as well you just put your best attackers on and then try and do what you're good at doing. I see no benefit in Arsenal coming in and putting a defensive formation in and a defensive strategy when we're not good at it. We're not good at it. So play your best strike. You've got 2 world-class strikers. Play them. Put them on there, and at least they can get goals, which would keep us in games. Today showed what happens if you don't do that. If you just try and be a team that you're not defensively and get blown out in the first half, you've got no chance of coming back into the game, and this was the result of it. Yeah, had we had Lacazette in there, maybe Aubameyang would have freed up with some space, and so Lacazette would have had more space as well, and then maybe he could have got a couple of goals, because we did have some chances today in the first half, but the game got away from us real quick, and that's it, guys. So, respect to Liverpool, and this result was expected. I'm sorry, guys, it was expected. Let's take it on the chin and let's move on and see if we can put a run together now. All right, peace out, guys. Like and subscribe, and thanks for all you guys. Up to 70 subscribers now, so thanks, guys. Appreciate the love, and let's do this, man. Let's support this team, get behind them, and have some patience, as we know it's a work in progress. Peace out.